believe this is running now. I'm in emote only.
Hey, I see myself.
All right. Well.
Sweet.
Yeah. So, you shouldn't pay too much attention to the stream while we're going. There shouldn't be anything on there that you don't see.
Yeah. And I don't want to accidentally see like DM stuff.
Well, there won't be any.
All right.
The screen I'm sharing will be the same screen that you guys have. It's just me keeping up with the dice and all the messages and the truths. So, welcome everybody. Hi, Alexi. Thank you for the follow. Bill the Bear. Thank you for the follow. Hey, Crystal and Bill.
Make sure.
Frisky Dingleberry is now following me. I'm not sure
That's
what I think
friend.
about that.
I mean, I have the stream up because I want to talk to people too.
Yeah, sure. It's all good.
Yeah, I have the chat up.
Yeah. All right. So, welcome everyone to Hawaii. These beautiful people have volunteered for an exciting game night that's going to end in tragedy. So I would like to start with letting everyone introduce. You can introduce yourself and your character, or you can just introduce your character. It's up to you. All that kind of fun stuff. So go on. Let's see. Let's start with Bill.
Hi, I'm Bill the Bear, and tonight I will be playing TJ. I'm from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I know, Florida man alert, but like, now I like to think of myself as a citizen of the world, you know? So anyway, I used to have a really boring job, but now I've been in the hospitality and travel industry for 6 years. My dream job is to be a cruise director, and I was working on a really nice ship sailing out of Galveston, but I wasn't really progressing in the ranks, like in my career. So I met this guest who was actually kind of mean, but he was really fabulous, and he offered me the opportunity I couldn't turn down. He wanted me to be the business and travel manager for his unbelievably fabulous daughter, Ferrari. She is amazing, and like, I think that I can really help her. I think that like, together we're going to create the most amazing travel influencer empire ever.
All right.
That's who I am.
I love it.
That's fantastic. Next we have Mr. Moses.
Hi, I am Steve Metz tonight. I work for NASA. I'm based out of the Johnson Space Center in Houston. I'm a software guy. I'm here in Hawaii to do a software update on the Keck telescope to be able to handle the larger images coming in from the big gold satellite we just launched, the James Webb Space Telescope. And so since those files are just high-res images, we have to be able to talk to bigger drives on the cloud. So I've kind of finished my update. I'm ready to go hang out at the beach, and someone told me that I should see if I can get pizza on a pineapple while I'm here in Hawaii. So that's one of my things to try to accomplish.
All right, thank you very much.
Pizza on a pineapple. I love it.
All right, next we have Crystal.
Yeah, so I am Crystal of Crystal and Bill. We don't stream very often, so very glad to have an excuse to do some kind of streaming. My character is Ferrari. She is a 24-year-old college dropout. You know, she's kind of spoiled. Her daddy's a little rich, but like, generally, I'm pretty sweet. I just want my stuff is the thing. And I decided to start a travel blog and become a famous travel influencer. So Daddy is sending me to Hawaii, and I am testing out all the best hotels, but like, if I can get a freebie out of it for being included on my TikTok, I'm definitely going to get that too.
Nice. Just curious, did you actually make a TikTok for Ferrari?
No. I still refuse to go on TikTok. I just rely on my other friends to send me the good ones.
We're old. We don't understand TikTok.
No, I know I will get so sucked into it. And I don't have time. I'm already addicted to too many things. I just don't have time.
Yeah,
I feel that.
I'm too old for TikTok as well. All right, last but definitely not least, I'm not sure how you would want me to start the introduction, so you can, the fourth square that's not me that hasn't introduced themselves yet. Go ahead.
You can still call me Zach. That's fine. But all right. I'm gonna do a voice. I'm sorry.
Are you gonna stick with it all night?
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try my best.
All right.
Oh boy.
All right. Hi, the name's Jed Douglas, and I may just be the luckiest man you'll ever meet. About 8 months ago, I won an all-expenses-paid trip to Hawaii on a little game show called The Price is Right. So I came all the way out here from East Texas. I'm 53 years young, currently between jobs, and it's never too late to have your big break. I don't know anybody from this beautiful state, but I'm looking forward to meeting some new people over an ice-cold beer or a Mai Tai. Let's get this show on the road. There you go.
All right.
Amazing.
Fantastic. So we are playing a system tonight called Tin Candles. It came out of Kickstarter in 2015, and normally it's played at a table. We're obviously not at a table, but as you can see on my square here, we have 10 candles in the middle of us all. And so as you kind of heard, this is taking place in Hawaii. So to get things kind of started, 10 days ago, there was a meteor crash. And to be clear, we are on the Big Island in Hawaii. That's also the same island where the telescope is located. And there's a nice little live volcano there. There was a meteor that crashed. According to the news, the scientists didn't really see it coming. And shortly thereafter, less and less means of communication were working. It's since been 10 days after the meteor hit, and cell phones are no longer working. There's no television. You're pretty much stranded on this island right now. Flights aren't coming in and out anymore. There's still, generators are working, but major, power grids are down, and you're in isolation on this island. So it's been 10 days, and about 5 of those days it's been in darkness. And when I say in darkness, I mean the world is dark. It's been 5 days and you've not seen the sun. So the first thing we're gonna do is decide. So it's been a little bit of time, right? You all talked about why you were here and what you were doing. We need to decide where the 4 of you have come together. Why are the 4 of you together? Strangers, and in real life and in this game. So toss out some ideas. Is it at a resort?
It definitely feels like we're all staying at the same hotel, if not a resort. The prize-winning resort, the resort that he got his job to pay for. And I am definitely checking them out to write a blog post.
Okay.
And since the meteor thing, I have kind of glommed onto the guy who's always wearing the NASA shirts, because I think he might know some shit.
All right. So
I'm Oh, sorry. I didn't know if all four of us had to say something.
no. I was just looking for a group consensus of where the first scene is starting from.
I like it.
So we're in the
No,
hotel. Let's say the hotel lobby, right?
Hotel lobby. Yeah, my
Um,
water stopped working, so I came downstairs. Asked what was up.
Right. So we're all in the hotel lobby, and the power's out, water's out, and the four of you come down, and there's no one at the front desk. There's no one in sight. So the way the storytelling game works is now, so we'll play through a scene, and as we discussed, if you decide the scene's over, a player can choose to extinguish a candle, and we'll move on. We don't have to stay in the same place for a scene. You can choose in the scene to move and stuff like that. So, but basically, you're all down in the lobby of this hotel. You've only got what you have in your pockets right now, like literally right now in your pockets.
Well, fanny pack.
Sure. So the story begins. The four of you come down into the lobby, and what's going on?
Look, I'm just saying, Ferrari, if the power is out, then I don't think that we should pay for anything in the minibar. I think it becomes free when the power is out. If the minibar doesn't work, everything in there is fair game, right? So we should just drink all the shit that's in our minibars. Right?
Any of you know where the supply closet is? I'm looking for a plunger. I think my toilet might be clogged.
Ew.
I found it, but it was locked up. But what I think we should do real quick is look in the trash and get some empty water bottles and get some water from the fountain, not for us to drink, but in case we gotta wash anything, before we handle it, or something's too hot or something like that.
You seem like a smart man. I'm Jed Douglas. Pleased to meet you.
Hey, NASA guy.
I ignored
call me
Hey,
NASA
do you remember me?
Don't
I'm
worry,
TJ.
Yes, I do. The with the little umbrellas in your drinks, you kept moving your umbrellas to the next drink. You had like
Yeah, I
7
love
or 8
it.
of them.
Normally it's to protect my drink from the sun, but hello, weather or space
I know there's like
weather,
ash
whatever.
in the sky. It's so dark. There must be like some kind of weird psychic energy going on, right?
Oh my god, you're so right, Ferrari.
Yeah, I knew it. We should go into other people's mini bars because vodka is good for cuts, right?
At
Yes.
first, I thought this might have been related to the volcano, but when I was kind of walking through the parking lot, I noticed there wasn't any like ash on top of the cars, so something happening up in the atmosphere.
Well, what is it?
I don't know, but
Yeah,
any
this
of you
is
guys
my-
have a set of wheels? Maybe we can drive around and see what's what.
We tried to rent a scooter the first day here, but all of the scooters they had were really ugly, and I just cannot let Ferrari be seen on an ugly scooter. It has to be like a classic Vespa.
Yeah. Cherry red.
Well,
So that's a
anybody
no.
see any classic Vespas around?
Jed, didn't they have like one of those golf cart things out by the valet guys? It could hold all 4 of us.
Yeah. Let's grab one of those.
Where are we going? I mean, everywhere is dark. I can't even work on my tan like this.
Oh my God, NASA guy, are you? Did you have the best idea ever? Are we gonna go ride the golf cart on the beach? Because that sounds amazing.
That's what I think we have to decide if we want to go up towards the mountain and see if we can see anything, or if we want to go down towards the beach and see if we can find anything. So we got to kind of choose up or down, I think.
There are more bars toward the beach.
And we
Yeah,
can
we
get
can
some
hit one of
really
those.
good video for my Instagram.
Oh yeah, Instagram, yeah. Well, we could probably hit some of the outdoor bars along the beach. I saw one up the waterway back over there.
Is anyone even working though? I haven't seen anyone around here for like hours.
Yeah, normally this is supposed to be Cassidy's shift as concierge, and I don't see Cassidy. I haven't seen Cassidy in 2 days.
Well, when I won my trip with the Price is Right, they said all expenses are paid, so probably just grab whatever we want from the bar.
You were on The Price is Right?
I was,
That's
yeah.
amazing.
Jed Douglas, pleased to meet you.
Hi, I'm TJ. That's amazing. Did you actually get to meet Fat Bob Barker?
Oh yeah. He's a hoot. I'll tell you what. uh,
You weren't that guy that kind of fell down when you pulled the big wheel.
I mean, is that what I'm known for these days? I won though.
Oh my God. I saw that on TikTok. Oh my God, that was hilarious.
What's
You're
TikTok?
like famous.
Is that like a new
Yeah,
watch or something?
They made a whole dance about it. It's so funny.
Yeah. The slip dance.
So what you say we go?
Ferrari. Okay, Ferrari did the slip dance, and she got like 40 new likes from that, like 40 new followers.
That's something.
All right, so it sounds like there's a couple of options here. TJ has mentioned the concierge is missing, and everybody's interested in trying to gather some alcohol for whatever reasons. And Steve has discussed the possibilities of going up the mountain or down the beach. So,
Well, because of the electric golf cart, we'll use gravity to our advantage and go down, so that way the batteries hopefully will last longer, as opposed to trying to fight gravity with a couple of big people in it.
Yeah, and we're gonna want to stay in the sand that's more solid, rather than the sand that we're going to sink in, right?
Like quicksand. That would suck.
okay, so you guys make your way outside. You find a golf cart. There is a valet desk area there. There's a key box with the keys, but it appears to be locked.
I ring the bell.
Are you expecting an actual reaction? Would your character actually expect someone to answer the bell?
Yeah.
Okay, so roll the
that's
dice.
what the bell is for.
Perfect. Roll the dice. All right, so you ring the bell. You don't have any sixes, so as DM, I retain narrative control. The scene is going to end, and this is how it's going to play out. You ring the bell, and waiting. No one's coming up. Ring the bell again. Some of the palm trees start to kind of shudder nearby, and there's this sickening kind of gurgling noise approaching from the area of these palm trees, and clearly your bell has drawn the attention of something. So, you have, and that's where I'm going to stop with that. You have now. Where's my scene information? I'll do it on Discord, on the app. So we need to extinguish a candle. We now have 9 candles. And before we continue with the story, we need to say some truths. The first truth is the world is dark. Next, we're going to go to Steve. If you will say your truth and type it and click the button, it'll appear on the screen for everybody. This can be positive, negative, it's advancing the story.
We should wear shoes that we could run in, not pretty shoes.
Okay, so instead of we should wear shoes, it is we are wearing shoes.
Okay.
Alright, so it's cool. Next would be Jed. Speak a truth. You can say it and then type it, or you can type it and say it. Whichever, it doesn't matter.
Alright. I see a light down the beach where we're going.
Alright. TJ? Did you... Okay, there it goes. Got it.
The keys are in one of these stupid golf things.
Alright. Ferrari?
The water level is rising rapidly.
Ooh. Let's see. I will say the golf cart works. Steve?
Another truth?
Yes. We have 9 candles. We'll have 9 truths. Not including the world is dark.
Jed has a working Zippo lighter in his pocket.
Well, look at that.
Jed?
There's several bottles of vodka in the sand nearby.
Alright. TJ? Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Tin Candles.
That golf cart is cherry red.
Nice. All right, and for number 9, Ferrari, our 9th truth.
A thick fog is rolling in.
All right. Okay, so as we see the truths,
Damn, Crystal out to kill us.
I know, right?
you can see a light in the distance on the beach as the fog is rolling in and the water is rising. You found the fantastic cherry red golf cart with the keys in it. Jed's got a Zippo lighter, got bottles of vodka, and those are horrible shoes you're wearing, Ferrari, but that's what you chose coming out of the room today. So, what's happening next?
Start loading up the golf cart with the vodka.
And the trees are continuing to shake.
Let's get this show on the road. What do you say? We all kind of start piling in, or I'll take the driver's seat, I guess.
I put one of the bottles of vodka into my very large purse.
I have to sit facing forward. I get car sick facing backwards.
That's okay. Ferrari and I are used to being driven, so we'll hop on the back.
I don't actually know how to drive. I usually have a chauffeur.
All right, so you're on the golf cart. Which way are you heading?
Jed, you're driving.
We're going up towards that light over there. Do you see it?
Is that light down the beach?
Down the beach.
All right.
Yep.
You better hurry, because it feels like the ocean is coming toward us.
One of y'all grab the keys?
There, right there.
Oh, okay.
Jed,
All right.
Jed, right there.
I'm starting it. Okay. All right. I floor it. Hopefully none of y'all fall off. And just start going towards that light that I see.
All right, well, since you're flooring it with the hope that they don't fall off, you need to roll some dice.
All right. Here we go.
So you rolled 1 6 and 1 1, and I've got 1 die, and I rolled a 5. So you still have narrative control, but you've now lost 1 die from the pool.
All right. So we keep moving towards the light. We get there, and
What is it?
what were we looking for in particular? What were we hoping for?
You're at this light. Y'all tell me.
I
what's
see.
at the light?
I see a working ATM machine. It's functioning. It must be tied to a generator or something. Yeah.
So NASA guy was like, was that an earthquake that was shaking the trees?
I would say no, because it was only those trees over on that one side.
Could it have been like a really small earthquake?
It could have been like boars. Don't they have wild boars? Or it could have been people related to like the Rock, because you know how they're kind of like big and stuff. Could have been Dog the Bounty Hunter. I mean, there's all kinds of things it could have been, but nothing that sounds good to me though.
I think Dog the Bounty Hunter is in jail now.
Thank
If
God.
the electric doors kept him in there, because you know we're on these power outages, so I'm not sure who's in and who's out of things.
All right,
If
so
you'll excuse me, I need to get a little bit of cash. I'm running short. They said all expenses paid, but some people just don't get that. So I pull out my credit card and I use the ATM machine to pull out $100.
That's really smart.
Save your receipt. We might need to burn it.
Wait, if you burn the receipt, does that mean that the money doesn't come out of your account then?
You get an extra
Life
24 hours.
hacks.
I don't know. I just applied for this thing right after I won on The Price is Right, and they said they'd send it right my way. I don't know how much money's on it. Anyway.
Okay, well, shouldn't we try to find like some people to help us? Like, because I still need to take a shower and do my hair. We don't have any electricity. So, like, I don't know. Hello? Is anyone here?
And also, the airbrush gun is not working, and there's no sun, and those are our two most important sources of golden skin tone.
So right about now, you hear almost what sounds like an echo back of "Hello, is anyone there?" Kind of in a sickening but almost copying voice.
Weird, right?
It sounded like it was
Yeah.
behind something. It sounded like kind of muffled or something.
It sounded wet.
Wet. That sounds like somebody might need our help.
You check it
Maybe
out.
it's a
I'll stay over
maintenance guy.
here.
All right, I
Isn't
stuffed
it kind of weird that in all this sand, there's no other footprints out here besides ours?
I mean,
They have a guy who comes through with like a special rake that he like smooths it out and stuff.
All right, well, I stuffed $100 in my pocket and I start to move towards the sound of that voice. I guess we can kind of tell what direction it's coming from.
No, with all the fog and it just kind of echoed. There's no way to tell which way it came from, and it sounded disturbingly similar to Ferrari's voice.
Interesting.
And you hear it again, this time louder. Hello?
okay, I didn't say anything this time. That's weird.
Ferrari, was that you?
I didn't say anything.
You left your phone open. It's the TikTok.
No, my phone's been dead for like a day. I mean, obviously I have to use
Oh
it
my
for a
God.
lot of stuff and the battery died.
Oh my god, Ferrari, why didn't you tell me? You saw me buy that big stack of those charger things at the airport.
Oh, honey, I don't see everything you do.
Oh.
So now the ground is starting to shake just a little bit, and you hear the voice a third time, even closer and louder, but you're still not sure what direction it's coming from. Hello?
Okay, I need a Xanax. I'm gonna take a Xanax.
Jed, why don't you go check it out? Go like over there. I think it was coming from. I don't want to go. You should go.
Well, all right. I pull out my lighter. I click it on. You know.
I pull a mini bottle of tequila and a pill bottle out and take a Xanax. Do you need a Xanax, Ferrari?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, what about you, NASA guy?
No, I'm looking for a stick that might hurt somebody or poke somebody with.
All right, so we need to make a couple of rolls here. Let's see. Did TJ and Ferrari? Did you immediately pop the pill, or were you talking to Steve first?
Pop the pill first.
Okay. All right. So, did you take yours first, or did Ferrari?
I think that I would take mine first.
Yeah.
All right. And you chased it down with some vodka. You said yes.
He chewed it.
Tequila.
Tequila.
Tequila. All right.
From the minibar.
Of course. So, hopefully you don't have to. It's dark. You've been stumbling around in the sand a bit here. Clearly a little nervous. Hopefully you're not going to choke taking this pill. So let's do a quick dice roll.
All right, so you want me to roll the dice?
That's correct. Oh my goodness.
Oh no.
That will.
All right. Well, unfortunately, that extinguishes a candle.
So even though he rolled 2 1s, it's not going to extinguish 2 candles.
Correct. All right. So, and you rolled no 6s, so I retain narrative control. So you hand over the 1 pill, toss back the 1, toss back the tequila, and you do start choking and coughing and fall to the ground. You know, the inevitable went down the wrong pipe, right? As Steve is looking for the stick and Jed has clicked his lighter heading off in a direction. So we now have 8 candles, and we're going to have 8 truths. The all living truth is the world is dark. So we're going to need 8 truths. We're going to go counterclockwise on my screen now this time. So Crystal, or sorry, Ferrari.
My vision has gotten blurry.
All right. TJ?
I told her to make sure she had new contacts for this trip.
You told her that, but you're saying that she doesn't, though.
I told her that. What she did with that...
All right. Jed, we need a truth. And again, this can move the story further for the next scene. It can keep you here. It can be about any player.
I see the lava flow changing from the volcano. It looks like it's coming our way.
All right. Next would be Steve.
I found a wooden walking cane that looks like it hurt somebody if hit him with it.
All right. My truth is going to be something grabs Jed's ankle. I can't spell. Ankle. There we go. Crystal? Sorry, Ferrari. So many names.
I find one of TJ's extra batteries in my bag.
Okay. TJ? This will be number 7, and then Jed, you'll have number 8.
The cart is just gone?
Alright, Jed for number 8.
I impulsively snatch the walking cane and swing it at my ankle.
Well, that's not a truth, that's an action.
Okay.
Um,
Alright. It can be related to whatever you've already written.
sure. As long as it doesn't invalidate a truth.
Yeah.
Like, no, the water's not rising.
Yeah. I don't know how to say this. Crap.
Just say it.
Okay.
You can say it, we can figure out how to translate it.
Yeah. I'll just say it. There's a hand grabbing my ankle and it's not connected to anything.
Alright, so the thing grabbing your ankle is a disembodied hand. Alright.
Sorry, it's got supernatural real quick. Disembodied is actually the word I was trying to think of and I could not place it. Okay.
Alright. So, TJ's down on the ground. He's choking. Steve's got a nice wooden walking stick, cane, shillelagh looking thing. And something's grabbed a hold of Jed's ankle. What's happening? What's the response? What's the reactions right now?
Ferrari is screaming her head off. She doesn't understand what's going on.
So I'm holding the bottom of the cane, and so I could hook the tentacle thing and pull to try to get to let go of him without me having to touch it. And I remind him, "Hey man, you got a knife in your pocket."
Alright, so you're going to use your cane to try and hook this disembodied hand that's grabbed a hold of Jed's ankle and pull it away. So we need to roll some dice to see if you're successful.
Me?
Yes.
Now?
Yes. Alright, so you got 2 6s and 2 1s. I got 1 6, so you're going to retain narrative control, but you lose 2 of your dice from the dice pool, and it comes to me. So, Steve, you've got narrative control. Describe the scene that happens and how this plays out. What happens with the hand, what's going on with Jed. Positive or negative, you're in control.
So they were
Able to like knock it loose, but then it does the thing like on Adam's Family and starts going after the girl.
I try to lunge for it as it goes away and stab it with my knife.
Alright, we need to roll some dice for that. We've got 6 in the pool.
That'd be me rolling.
That is correct. All right, I didn't roll any 6s, so you lose 2 more from your dice pool, but you retain narrative control. Please describe how this scene continues and succeeds for you.
Did you say there's some way that I can re-roll the ones or something like that?
There is. You've got your you have a trait listed as number 1, or it's either a vice, a virtue, or a hope. If you would like to re-roll those 2 ones, you're going to have to burn whichever one you have listed as number 1. And regardless if that succeeds, you use whatever that vice, virtue, or hope was in the scene. So do you want to re-roll those?
Yeah, and
Okay.
if they land on something besides a 1, then I keep my dice. Like I'm
Correct.
not down to 4
Correct.
dice. Okay. All right. It says 2 dice now.
Yep, because you're only re-rolling the ones.
Oh, okay. I got you. You just put those in my cup.
Yep.
All right. And I get to pick virtue, vice, or I pick whichever one was a 1.
Yep, whichever one was the first in your stack of cards, virtual cards.
I always wanted to be a hero, and I wanted people to think good of me. So I'm trying to save the day. Can I tell people what my vice is, or
Yes, please.
like it's ambitious? All right, rolling.
All right. So that still succeeds, and now you've only lost 1 die instead of the 2.
Okay.
So your pool is back up to 5, and I've got 5. So heroically, how's the scene playing out? Or ambitiously, because it's your vice, right? But ambitiously, how is the scene playing out?
I stab through the disembodied hand. It's pins to the ground, pins into the dirt. And I pull it apart, and I help up my friends. And try to talk some sense into them, and tell them we need to get out of here. You know?
So when you say you help up your friends,
Yeah, I pull each of them up off the ground, I guess.
all right, so TJ was on the ground choking on his Xanax and tequila.
Yeah.
Ferrari
Yeah.
is screaming her head off.
Ferrari's just freaking out, right?
Yeah.
So,
So play this out. How is this happening? Don't describe it to me. Make it happen.
Yeah. All right. So I start doing the Heimlich maneuver. I start doing the Heimlich maneuver on TJ, and while I'm doing it, I'm saying, Ferrari, snap out of it. It's gonna be fine. I killed the hand. Yeah, and
The Xanax flies out of my windpipe and bounces off of the top of NASA guy's head.
And he picks it back up, blows on it, says 5-second rule, and puts it back in his pocket.
Not my pocket, buddy. That one's going back down the hatch the right way this time.
All right, and you hear the voice again. Hello?
Check my phone to make sure I didn't butt dial someone.
So when you look at your phone, it shows no signal.
I get back down on the ground. I get back down on the ground, and I look to see if the disembodied hand had a mouth on it.
Did it?
Whoever's
Did it? Did it have a mouth on it? It's up to us, right? We still have narrative control, right?
Yeah.
The disembodied hand had a mouth on it.
Oh, that is super fucked.
I don't know what to do with this thing. I pull half of the hand up off of the ground.
Oh my god, is that lava over there? Throw the hand in the lava.
That's a good call. We don't want
Like
this
that
thing to go
movie?
back.
Joe
Yeah.
versus the volcano?
Yeah, it's a great one. Nothing can go wrong here. I run towards the lava and throw the hand into the lava.
So like full tilt towards the lava as it's flowing towards you. As the
I
water's
haven't had
rising
anything.
in the fog.
I haven't had anything to drink yet, but yes, I run towards the lava.
All right, why don't you roll
Not
those?
since this morning, anyway. I haven't had anything to drink since this morning.
Let's roll those dice.
Alright.
All right. Well, unfortunately, I'm now going to take over narrative control, and we're going to lose another candle. So to end the scene, you've got the hand, fingers are kind of separated. I'm assuming the mouth is in the palm, and kind of holding it. Running towards the lava, you go to throw it, and you start to kind of stumble, and you face plant, and you're right there. The lava is like rolling right up to your face, and you see 3 other hands crawling towards you. We need to extinguish a candle. Let's see. Let's get rid of that one. All right. So now there are 7 candles left, and we need 7 truths. And the first one, the ever-present truth is the world is dark. Jed, let's start with you, and we're going to go counterclockwise on my screen, so it'll be Jed, and then Steve. You'll be up pretty quickly.
And Steve was looking for the observatory, right? He mentioned that earlier or something? I don't know.
It's just where I work.
That's where you work. Okay.
He knows where it is.
Right. Steve sees the observatory nearby.
No, you can all see the observatory nearby.
Oh, okay.
So that's
We
good.
can all see it.
Yep. The observatory is nearby. All right. Steve, speak your truth.
If I get you out of this, we need to lose the other 2.
Nice. All right. The third truth. The observatory is flooded. Ferrari?
Well, that's gonna kind of negate what I just said. So, Okay. But if you're saying the observatory is flooded, the observatory is nearby. Then I would assume it would be lower than where we are. But we're on the beach.
Depends. It could be a piping issue. There's all kinds of reasons. As the lava's coming towards you and the water's rising and the fog is closing in and the hands are crawling.
And our golf cart is just mysteriously gone.
Flooded could be inches or it could be feet.
Okay.
Flooded with what?
There is a trail leading to the observatory from where we are.
All right, TJ.
An hour ago, the observatory was on top of the mountain.
All right. Do you want to expand on that? All right.
I mean, it's here by the beach now.
All right.
I don't know what happened.
Jed, our sixth truth.
Ferrari, what's that in your pocket? Looks like your phone just came back on. And it's ringing.
Yeah, I found the other battery, so I've been charging it.
Alright.
All right, and then our seventh truth, Steve.
So I don't know if you guys have been to observatories before, but on the outside, there's always a nice little staircase that takes you up towards the top of the circle, and there's always a walkway around, so we can kind of be up off the ground 20 or 30 feet. But then it's only one way down if we need to leave.
All right, and the final current truth is, and we're all alive. I forgot we were supposed to be saying that at the end of each one.
And we are alive.
And we are alive.
And we're all alive.
And we are alive.
All right. So you're in a situation on the beach. Somehow the observatory is here. Jed's on the ground, face planted right next to the lava barreling in, and 3 of these other hands with mouths coming towards him. What's
I'm gonna grab a big palm frond and sweep the hands toward the lava.
All right. You have 7 dice right now because we have 7 candles. Please roll, and we shall see what happens.
Sweep the fingers.
Sweep the leg. No, fingers. Oh my goodness.
Okay, so I cannot use the the thing without ones, right?
Correct. Yeah, you can't use the brink yet, because you haven't burned the
Or
others.
not the brink, but no, I mean, but like the virtue, hope,
Right.
vice.
Right, those are for
I
re-rolling ones.
okay.
Correct. You know, house rule, we can make it for ones or twos. But going forward, that would mean you also lose the die on 2.
I mean, I'm fine with the normal rules. I was
Okay.
just clarifying.
Yeah.
That's
I mean, that ends the scene pretty quickly. It's just given the option. But, so we do lose a candle. So as you attempt to sweep the hands away with the palm fronds, you actually sweep them into Jed. And they begin clawing
sorry,
and biting.
sorry.
One on one shoulder, one on the side of his face, and one in the middle of his back. We need to speak some truths. We have 6 truths to continue building on. The first one, the all present truth is the world is dark. TJ, if you would start with your truth.
The hands have perfectly manicured nails and bright, beautiful white teeth.
All right, that is the truth. Jed, speak your truth.
I don't know what that implies.
Two of the hands just ripped my shirt clean off, and I'm cut for a 53-year-old.
Yeah.
Is that from the bites, or you mean your muscles?
I don't know. Maybe it's a double meaning. Who knows?
Porque no los dos.
Yeah. So now I'm a shirtless redneck.
Those nails must be sharp because you are ripped.
Oh man! All right, Steve, speak your truth.
Jed has some kind of Catholic school flashback and just goes into a frenzy, and next thing you know, all the hands are off of him.
All right, that is a very good truth. Let's see. For my truth, the voice. I'm gonna call it the echo. The echoing voice. How about that? The echoing voice that was very clearly mimicking. I can't spell and talk at the same time. Mimicking Ferrari's inflections and tone and etc. Is coming from the observatory. Ferrari?
Okay, so Ferrari's vision is blurry. And TJ is trying to sweep the well-manicured hands away from Jed, who is near the lava, correct?
Well, so the truth that Steve spoke was that Jed did get away from the hands
Okay.
due to a Catholic school flashback.
Cause of Jeebus.
Okay.
But he is topless.
And pretty well cut.
Yeah. Not ashamed. He had 8 months to work on his abs since he won Price is Right.
So Ferrari, I've been putting in I like everyone knows who I am.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
As I say, that sounds.
I've been putting my too. Yeah, my. And
yeah. Ferrari is strangely drawn to the voice coming from the observatory.
All right, and then TJ with our final truth.
Jed's now revealed back is covered by a beautiful tattoo of a phoenix, which is now glowing with an inner light.
Ooh.
Wow. Gosh.
That's fabulous.
I
love it.
Thank you.
All right, so we've got 6 dice in the pool now, and 6 candles. So that's not the cat I saw go by a minute ago. So
Penny.
Jed is the hands are gone. You're okay. We've heard the descriptions of what you look like. Very interesting. Are there... Oh, and we're all alive.
Yeah, we're all alive.
We're all
And
alive.
we are alive.
And we're alive,
Yeah. So Ferrari has this drawing sense right towards the observatory. She said she saw a trail heading that way. The voice is coming from that way. So what's happening?
Ferrari's going.
Well, Ferrari, take the lead here for a bit. Tell us what's going on.
So this mysterious voice that sounds a lot like Ferrari is kind of hypnotizing her, and she doesn't even really realize that she's moving and walking up this trail toward the observatory that has clearly been moved from its mountaintop.
All right. How is everyone else reacting to this?
I mean, I'm trying to stay with her. It's literally my job.
Jed's walking along with a knife in one hand and a Zippo lighter in the other, and whispering to Steve,
Yeah.
"What do you make of all this?"
Dude, can I touch your phoenix?
What? Sure.
I turn back. I can absolutely hear them. And I say, oh my god, I had a guy ask me the exact same thing at this crazy bar in Berlin that used to be a cathedral, but now it's like a 6-story bar. And like, if you go in the basement, it goes to like this weird catacomb. And I could swear I saw that exact same phoenix down there. But I also was doing a lot of drugs, so that is almost certainly meaningless. Why is your tattoo glowing?
I don't know. Just never done that before. But you take all things into consideration when there's disembodied hands climbing all over us, right?
That's a fair point. Has anyone ever told you that with that tattoo, you're like Ben Affleck's good twin?
No, but I suppose I should take that as a compliment, huh?
So this is there was still the question in the air from Steve about touching said Phoenix tattoo. And as this conversation is happening, Ferrari has gotten further and further away from the group, and closer and closer to the observatory.
I do that kind of half jog like I'm crossing the street to catch up to her.
I'm about as
courtesy jog, yeah.
hypnotized as I am by this puppy in my lap. She never does this, so this is like super special.
So Steve, did you touch him?
Yes, and then I got the strange sensation of smelling pineapple.
Hmm.
Does anyone else smell pizza?
As a matter of fact, I do. Strangely enough, I smell pineapple as well.
When I touched your back, I had a vision of pineapples everywhere. Everything was just that nice little ring with a hole in it. That's all I could see. At first, I thought I was seeing donuts, but it was just pineapple rings, and I could smell it like there was nothing else. It just consumed me. I was afraid I was going to choke on the pineapple gas almost.
Oh my god. Is the observatory, like, gift shop cafeteria thing open? And serving Hawaiian pizza? That's a little on the nose.
Why don't we go check? Looks like Ferrari's way ahead of us.
So as Ferrari speeds away and is approaching the door, what are you seeing there, Ferrari?
Most adorable little puppy. So okay, so I'm like coming up to the door, the observatory.
That's correct.
It's somehow a little staticky, as though it's there but not really there. And I hesitate for a moment, but then the voice starts talking to me again. And I just keep walking, and I end up inside, and I'm not even sure how.
All right. So you're being drawn in by this voice, and this door may or may not be there. Why don't you do a dice roll? Ooh. I didn't get any 6s, but neither did you. That's gonna extinguish a candle and reset the dice. So you are still in your fugue state, and
I mean, unless she re-rolls the 1.
oh, that's true. Would you like to re-roll the 1?
So if I do that, I am using my number 1 spot and building that into the story somehow.
That's correct. And then regardless if it's a pass or a fail on the roll.
Okay.
All right.
Let's go ahead and try it. Why not? All right. So that means I do the bonus hope dice.
No.
Or
I've
okay.
reset the dice to only 1, and you'll roll that.
Okay.
But tell us what the item is that you're going to be using in this.
So I'm using my hope, which is fame.
All right. So you're gonna roll this dice, this die, and you're going to depending upon if it's a success or a failure, you're then going to explain to us how that plays in with fame.
Okay. Let's go. I got a 5.
You got a 5. So you retain the die, but since there were no 6s, it still ends the scene. So, and you do not have narrative control. But since you burned your card, actually you do have narrative control. So it was a failure. So describe how this failure takes place.
So, because I got my phone charged, I was able to record video of myself in this strange realm. I don't have any signal necessarily, so it's not being sent anywhere. But it is recorded, and it is on my phone.
Okay.
Like talking to my followers as though it is a TikTok
So
type
please
situation.
act this out. What are you saying? Here we are. We're your screen.
Okay, guys, here I am. I don't know what's going on right now, but there's like this strange otherworldly energy around me. I don't know if you can see it like I can, but it's here, and like I'm feeling like filled with it, not in a dirty way, Jeremy, get your mind out of the gutter, but like in a spiritual way. Oh my god, can you guys see this? Like around me? This is so weird, right? Can you hear this voice talking to me too?
All right. So we've extinguished the candle. We need to speak some truths. This one is going to start with Ferrari. Well, first the ever-present truth. The world is dark.
World is dark.
The world is dark. And we're going to have 5 truths. So, Ferrari, you're first.
The world is now cold. Like
Cool.
just above freezing cold.
All right. TJ?
but the pineapple pizza is still hot, and it's very plentiful.
All right, Jed.
Uh, uh, Steve notices my phoenix tattoo starts to sprout ethereal wings out of it. 6 feet wingspan. Weird.
It is weird. It's exactly 6 feet.
Alright.
All right. Did you submit that one?
I was still typing it.
Oh, all right. Steve, what is your truth?
I stopped the boys going into the observatory because I see something in the water.
All right. And the final truth, because we need 5. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. Ferrari is bleeding out. But for now, we all live.
And we
And
are
we are
alive.
And we are alive. I need to remember those are the exact words, right?
It's something like that. It's fine. Okay, so as the truths were spoken, not only is the world dark, it's also cold, even though the plentiful pineapple pizza is still hot. TJ and Jed and Steve are still outside the observatory. And Steve notices, not TJ, that Jed's phoenix tattoo is sprouting ethereal wings with a 6-foot wingspan. And what the three of them don't know, but is also true, is Ferrari is now bleeding out.
Okay, so we can't see into the observatory or anything?
You tell me?
Well, I mean, I'm guessing glass doors of some sort. And if I saw her go into the observatory, like, at all, I feel like TJ would be all, yeah, angel wings weird, fire angel wings weirder. I gotta go make sure that Ferrari's all right. She's my meal ticket. I seriously, her dad has a lot of money, and I go running into
All right,
the
and
observatory.
so what do you see?
Well, if she's just like laying there, okay, how did she get hurt? Was that
You saw the TikTok video. All we saw was she dropped.
okay? So, she, when I run in there, she had those sweet Yeezy kicks that she was wearing. She got a really, really bad blister on her toe from these garbage sandals that I don't even know why she got them, but
Because they were Prada.
okay, whatever, they're still garbage. So, but she had these Yeezys, and they're white, but one of them is now like fully red, and just blood is kind of pouring out of it. So, and she's just kind of like sitting there crying, and her phone is laying there broken, and just like, so I get down, and again, I worked on a cruise ship, so I had to do all the first aid training and all of that. So I, take off her shoe and try to figure out what's going on. And I, grab my sweet bandana and try to stop the bleeding with it.
All right. So while that's happening, Steve and Jed, what's going on outside? You've just seen TJ run inside, and you're hearing Ferrari's wails.
I suppose we should run in after him.
Dude, unless your wings do like the Red Bull thing and you can fly in there, there's something in that water. I would not go in there and get in that water.
Maybe you're right. What if I try and use these?
Try it out here first. See if you can get that coconut from that tree up there.
Yeah. I try to fly up to the tree and sort of, like a baby bird, just taking his first flight. So I just sort of stumble a few times, and then I eventually get it after like 2 or 3 tries.
Well, let's see if you do.
Yeah. Okay.
Baby
Jed's
bird.
got a lovely bunch of
Baby bird.
coconuts.
Come on, baby bird.
Baby phoenix bird.
Oh. So you do succeed.
Can I re-roll?
You can re-roll for the 2 1s to not lose them.
Okay, I'm trying to still understand how this works. So I can re-roll the 1s using whatever trait
Now is yours
assigned the 1.
Yours would now be number 2, right? Didn't you already use a trait?
Okay, so yeah, that one's in the garbage.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, if we were playing at a table together, you would have literally burned that card with one of the candles.
Ooh. Why aren't we doing this in person? It'd be so much fun.
We'll have to travel states away.
We're all a little bit far apart.
We'd need a long table.
Or we could have just planned ahead and had our own candles and cards to burn up.
Next year, guys, we're doing this again.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know if you're gonna survive this year.
All right. So I start to.
Well, hang on. You need to re-roll those 2 die. So tell us what the card says that you're going to burn, and then
creative,
and then roll it, and then let us know how that plays into the failure or success.
Yeah. 3 and a 5.
3 and a 5. So you succeed, and you keep the dice.
Okay.
And you did succeed at the original roll, and since you burned, you now retain narrative control. So how?
I start to remember an old movie that I saw, an old western, where there was a bald eagle flying through the air, and I start to flap my wings just like the bald eagle did in the movie, and I swirl around the tree a few times, and pull out my knife like a talon from an eagle, and cut the coconut down, and I say, Steve, I think we're ready to go. And I land gracefully on the ground, coconut in hand. Yeah. So,
Caw-caw!
yeah. Caw-caw! I didn't do a bird sound though. Yeah. Steve and I start moving towards the observatory, I'm not sure if he's light enough for me to carry him, but I'm gonna go fly in and try not to touch the water.
Hey, sweetie, that's just a cleavage cam at that point.
Is this a complaint or?
Observation.
Oh, goodness. All right, so Steve, Jed's grabbing you, taking you in.
No. Let me out here. I'm gonna watch the door, and I'll tell you if anything's sneaking up on you. So I'll take the coconut. I'm gonna break it here on this little edge of the doorway, and if you hear like a horse, it's me and the coconuts.
All right.
Telling you, get the hell out of there.
So, do I need to roll to first aid her, or?
Yes, I think we should. Right.
Okay, so my first trait is optimistic. So I will be re-rolling those ones.
All right. Okay, so you don't lose the dice, but it wasn't good enough to save the scene. So the scene is going to end, but you have narrative control since you burned the card.
Okay, so for some reason she's like this blister thing has just expanded on her foot and is just bleeding like crazy, and for some reason my dumbass doesn't remember how to really do first aid that well, so I'm just like completely convinced that just like wrapping this bandana around it is totally gonna fix it, right? Totally.
All right. So we're going to end the scene there, and we've lost another candle. We're down to 4. Besides
But
the other
we
ones
are-
nearby. 4 digital candles. These are the ones that I can blow out. So we need to establish some truths. There's going to be 4 truths this time, since the ever-present truth: the world is dark. And TJ, you took out the candle, so you get to give the first truth.
There's a first aid kit mounted on the wall next to the door, because it's a public building.
All right. Jed, our second truth.
A big hole in the wall shows the meteor hit just next to the observatory.
So there's a hole in the wall. Was the observatory actually hit? Or was it just the mountain where the observatory used to reside?
It looks like it's literally right next to the observatory, and there happens to be a hole ripped in the wall. Maybe or maybe not related to the meteor.
All right.
That's a hell of a coincidence.
All right. Steve?
In the semi-darkness of the observatory, it can be seen that Jed's remaining clothes seem to be smoldering, like his body is about to maybe catch on fire or light up or something.
All right. Jed, did you get that truth typed in?
Yeah, there you go.
All right. And for our fourth truth, Ferrari.
Ferrari's body is starting to rise off the floor.
All right. And for now, we're all alive.
And we are alive.
And we are alive.
Then we are alive.
All right, so Steve's out front. He's got his coconuts. He's ready. His Monty Python coconuts. Jed is soaring inside the observatory, his pants beginning to smolder as these phoenix wings that once a tattoo have allowed him to take flight. And
Jed, so hot right now.
the you've noticed the medical kit on the wall. Ferrari's body is starting to rise off the ground as her foot is continuing to just shed blood at an alarming rate, and her broken phone is still laying there, floating on top of the several inches of water. As you can notice shadows kind of moving around the edges of the room in the water.
Can you control fire?
I don't
If
know
you can
yet.
control
it's my
fire,
first time using these.
Wait, can you like use your smoldering and shit? Can you use like some sort of like fire hands thing to cauterize her foot? Maybe.
Yeah, but what about that first aid kit over there?
I had not noticed.
I'm telling you guys, there's something in the water. We need to get out of the water and take one of those bottles of vodka, if anybody still got it. Throw it on top of the water and then light it up and see what happens.
I put the. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I put the knife back into my sheath in what's left of my shorts and my belt, and reach for the first aid kit, and I say, JD, help me with this.
All right, so as all that's going on, and you're soaring down, right, from the rafters of the observatory on your fiery wings.
Yeah,
And as your shorts are burning and you're shoving your knife back in the shorts, as Ferrari is lifting up, you hear her gargling madness, and you start to notice that she appears to be being lifted up from her wrists and her shoulders and her ankles, and you see more of those hands with the mouths on them. The disembodied hands now on both wrists, on the back of her neck, and on her ankles, and she's being pulled up like a marionette
Ew.
Coconut.
I grab the first aid kit
This scene is so great.
and pull out the gauze scissors and try to cut the hands.
Louder and faster, coconut.
I,
All right, so Ferrari, how much control do you have over yourself right now?
Very little.
Are you?
I feel possessed of something that is making, like, I am aware of what's going on, but I don't have any control over it.
Okay, are you trying to fight it?
Yes.
Are you fighting it enough that you feel like you would like to make a dice roll to determine if the struggle is happening, or if the struggle is being successful or not?
Well, see, here's the thing, because Ferrari is not especially smart, and so she is very easy to take over. But I think it would be more interesting if she fought against it.
Okay, so earlier your top thing on the deck was your hope, and you've burned your hope, and this is
Yes.
your first roll since that. So you do have the hope die. So on your screen, mark that. It'll say hope die yes or no. Change that to a yes. And so you're now actually going to be rolling 5 dice. And
Okay.
the hope die will succeed on a 5 or a 6, and you can't lose it with a 1.
Okay.
So let's make this roll, and we'll see what's happening.
All right.
Wow.
You did pretty good. Yeah, you've got the complete success. Didn't lose any dice. So how does this play out? Just because you won the dice, you've won narrative control. So that narrative control can take you any way you want.
So this particular power that has control over Ferrari lifts her to a standing position. And out of her fingers and out of her feet and out of her mouth come a great electrical current that also spans through the water that is drenching the walls and the floors.
And the TJ.
And the DJ! And it all comes out at once. She is being fully consumed, as though she is being lit from the inside with electrical power.
Lit to the point of destruction?
That seems like something I should roll for.
If you wish. So what is your so okay, yeah. We'll roll against each other, right, for narrative control. And
Okay.
and your roll could still end the scene.
Okay.
Wow. All right. So you get 3 6s. So you're still in control of the scene.
Okay. So
When can I use one of my things if I want to roll? Because I have a big decision that I didn't make.
Well, that's gonna be story-wise. After she plays out her scene here, you can, there has to be some conflict that you're rolling against, right? Something that you want to do. Yeah. So
my number one. Yeah.
okay, you can do that after.
Okay.
She finishes the scene.
So, with all of this electrical energy coming out of Harari's body, this supposed observatory that has seemed to move off the mountain and moved here, it kind of explodes like a diorama figure, exploding parts, walls, roofs, windows, everything expands, but the water stays as though it is within its own wall. Everything is pushed as though by electrical current. And it feels tenuous.
All right. And is there a the essence of life that is Ferrari? Is it still in this spark?
She is still in there. She is just being used.
All right. Okay, so this is, craziness going on, explosion, walls, windows, doors. There's no building left, but there's this sort of watery silhouette of the building with Ferrari, in the the Da Vinci pose, right? With the electricity and all the power and tenuousness that's being felt. Steve, did you have some action?
Well,
I was debating on locking the door and running away, but now there's no door, so I don't have to. That decision was already made for me.
Well, what is Steve doing at this point, as the doorway that he's standing by explodes?
Yes, he's getting up and looking to see what happened to the other two guys. And he lets go of the doorknob he was holding.
Just with the doorknob.
Not let's go of you.
Steve, TJ, are you okay?
I'm hovering in the air.
That was shocking.
Have you seen Jeremy? Is he still out there? Jeremy, you still out there?
I yell out through the doorway.
Who? Oh,
Sorry,
Steve.
not Jeremy. Steve, yeah. His name's...
Steve, you still out there?
I'm here,
but I don't want to be.
Well, come inside. It's warm in here.
There's something in that water I'm not getting in that water. And it's not about the shoes. I've had these shoes a long time.
I'm eating the pizza, a slice of pizza.
As the hot pineapple pizza is floating there on a tray. All right, so Steve, as you've been distracted by Jed's calls out to you, and as you see through the blurriness of this dome of water with his shining form inside, a fire, and this electrical form behind him, a wave crashes right up against you, right behind you. this could be a problem.
So, I don't want to age myself, but did you ever watch that show Lost?
Yeah, I watched that back when I had cable TV, but times is tough. I haven't watched much cable lately.
Yeah, if we
Yeah, if we get out of here, we gotta find a cave.
Are
All right. Well, this wave crashes up against Steve, and it's kind of pinned you up against this watery dome. So it's splashing on you. It's starting to pour over and into all of your orifices. We need to make a roll.
roll to pucker.
Pucker all orifices. Steve attempts to pucker all orifices.
Here he goes. How many holes do I have? One for each dice?
You've got 4
Good night,
dice.
buddy.
I don't.
Wrong time for children.
I know, right? Yeah.
I don't think
And he doesn't know any of those words, so don't worry about it.
I don't think Steve activated his microphone, but he just asked how many dice per hole.
Nice for hole. Yep.
Listen, I can get a lot
You're
in
gonna want
in
the
there,
hope
buddy.
die.
So that's a failure of a
All
roll.
holes are wet. Yeah, all holes are wet.
Oh my gosh. So I retain narrative control. Steve failed the roll. So as Steve is pushed up against this watery wall and doesn't really understand like the physics of what's going on here, right? He's at this scientific mindset. All these different things are happening. All these different elements are involved all of a sudden. There's fire, there's lightning, there's water, there's lava, there's fog, there's darkness, there's disembodied hands, and the water starts to embrace you. And as it's flowing, as the wave crashes against your body and pins you, it's flowing into your mouth and into your nose, and you're starting to choke, and everything starts to go hazy and dark, and the darkness takes you. So, Steve, what are the last thoughts in your mind as you escape this darkened world?
DJ, eat a slice for me.
Like his character's going in and out too. Oh, it's gone. Oh no, it's back. Oh.
We're down to 3 candles now. And, sorry, I
You're
was
muted, Jeremy.
Yeah, thank you. We're down to 3 candles now. Steve has left us, and we need some truths. The ever-present truth is that the world is dark. Jed, we need 3 truths, so we're gonna have 1 from each of you. So I don't know why I'm pointing. You can't see the same thing I'm seeing, but Jed, you're over here.
Yeah.
What is your truth?
TJ's vomiting pineapple pizza.
All right, TJ, please speak your truth.
The hand mouths are starting to sing.
Ferrari, please speak your truth.
Ferrari's body has lost its shape and is becoming an energy.
The articulation on the word energy is just fantastic.
And most of us are alive.
And we are alive.
We are alive.
Those that can speak.
We are alive?
3 of us.
Alright, so the scene's set. TJ's vomiting pizza. Ferrari's electrical impulses, spirit, essence is here in this massive energy. And the hands are singing.
That's so creepy.
Okay, so I feel like I'm seeing a theme start to arise here. The Jed is fire. Ferrari is lightning.
Steve?
So I'm going to hope that I am Earth. And I'm going to grab this this metal rod that is sitting here, that was like holding up a statue, or like a big model of Venus. And I am going to try to kind of toss it in there and ground Ferrari out into the water.
All right. So,
To try to like get the electricity clear of her.
okay, so you've got 3 dice in your pool. Give her a roll.
Let's do this.
All right. You have an opportunity to re-roll a 1 if you would like.
I would like.
Yeah. Which is your next?
Okay, so I need to think how this... Okay, so I failed.
Well, yes, you did fail. So you have to. We're gonna lose another
Explain
candle.
my failure.
Explain your failure, and the consequences should be most dire as we're running low on candles.
Yeah.
But look at this adorable kitten I have.
So, at his core, TJ is a greedy man. He wants stuff. Good stuff. Cool stuff. Fancy stuff. Now, TJ gave Ferrari a lot of crap about those silly Prada flip-flops. But his hiking boots that he's wearing, they are extremely nice, fancy leather. soft like suede and very easily waterlogged. And he's trying to pull a maneuver here with a slice of fucking pizza in his hand. For Steve, he's trying to toss this rod, and his footwork is not adequate to the task. And he gonna face plant.
Face down in the water with the electricity,
Yeah.
with the pole still in your hand.
Yeah.
Sounds like a very electrifying experience.
Yeah.
So, TJ, what are the last thoughts that run through your mind as the electricity takes over and extinguishes the final bit of synapses firing in your brain?
This motherfucker is not paying me enough to chaperone his smoking hot daughter.
All right.
Oh.
So we're down to 2 candles and 1 kitten. So we have 2 truths left to say. The ever-present truth is that the world is dark. Ferrari, please speak your truth. I can't hear you, I'm sorry.
Truths are meant to push the story forward. Right?
That's correct.
Yeah.
The fog and the energy of Ferrari melds. It has become one.
All right. And Jed?
Ceiling is collapsing on us.
Well, there's no ceiling left, right? You're in the water dome.
It has exploded. There is no
Ceiling.
building.
Okay. I'm gonna have to add a different one then.
Well, that could be the water dome.
No,
closing in,
I've got
okay.
a better one.
All right, go ahead.
More meteors are coming.
More meteors. All right. So, to reset the scene, the this dome of water where the observatory was the second place it was on the beach, in the darkness, in the fog, as the fog begins to also infiltrate the dome, and the energy with barely a spark left of Ferrari's essence melds together, while Jed and his fiery phoenix wings are up at the top. So an outside observer, even though there are none, would see what appears to be a smoky, glowing dome on this beach. And sort of above and behind that, in the distance of this smoky, glowing dome, are these more fiery meteorites falling in the distance. And the hands are singing. What happens now?
Ferrari, if that's still you, I think we gotta get out of here.
So I start to flap my phoenix wings and move up out of the observatory and I guess towards the meteors.
All right, so you're gonna roll, and
That ain't all it's flapping.
we're gonna see. First of all, if you're, what needs to happen with this roll to continue or resolve the scene is figure out if the communication was successful and if you're able to break away from this elemental mass of happening.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got 2 dice there, Jed. Give it a roll.
Give it a go.
Give me the old 1-2.
Well, a 3 and a 6, and I did not get any 6s. So you do retain narrative control. It can be as hopeful or as tragic as you wish.
Okay. As I start to rise out from the observatory, I notice a CRT TV still lit, and they're showing the lotto numbers, and it looks like they're starting to get to the end of it, and I remember every number I picked last night.
So
Ferrari, we gotta get out of here.
Did you win? Do you have a lot of money now?
I don't know yet. We gotta stick around and watch, I guess.
I need to know if you have money.
all right, so what you're describing, you're able to see this television because you have been able to fly out with your fiery wings out of this elemental chaos, and you do still have a potentially telepathic connection with this energy that's in the fog, and you have communicated your desire to go towards the meteors as more are falling. With it without knowing if you win the lottery.
Yeah.
So, Ferrari, what is your essence doing?
My essence is growing like a storm cloud. I am being fed by other energies. Whether or not those energies are good or bad, I cannot say.
And the hands continue to sing even louder, and there's more of them.
Yes. Yes.
All right, so let's roll and see if said energies are going to take your power and snuff you out, or if you're the dominant force. Ooh, 454. Unfortunately, as these storm clouds roll and the energy builds, Jed feels this psychic scream as Ferrari's essence is snuffed out in the puff of the fog. And Ferrari, what are the last things going through your remnants of yourself?
I never got to post that last TikTok, my follower.
Alright, we're down to a single candle and a single survivor at this time. Alright, there's only one candle left and there's only one truth. The world is dark. Jed?
Jesus fuck.
So I don't make a truth at this point, right?
That is correct. The world is dark. That is the only truth that remains.
Alright. So having seen this electrical energy extinguish, I'm up in the air. I still see that CRT TV.
But I just know I gotta get back to Texas.
Alright,
So,
go ahead and take a roll, and I'm going to roll to try and take narrative control.
alright.
So it sounded like you fell down after you rolled that one.
That wasn't me. That wasn't me. But I should have.
Alright.
My bad. I'm muting.
Yeah. So can I roll my hope?
Sure. What
my
is
hope-
your hope?
My hope was that I win the lottery. And I get to re-roll now, right? Or do I tell you what I saw?
No, you
and then
will.
re-roll?
You'll re-roll, and if this one becomes a 6, you will have narrative control to describe what happens.
Oh,
So you've got a
my odds aren't
12%
great.
chance or something.
Yeah, 16.
16, yeah, 16.
All right, here we go.
All right. So, as you hear this psychic scream of the essence of Ferrari dissipating with all these other powerful energies, and these hands are singing, and you glance down at the television, and you start to notice the numbers: 4, 8, 15, 16, 23. The suspense is building. 41. Your final number was 42. And with that great remorse you feel as this swirling fog of violent energies swarm around you, your tattoo disappears and your phoenix wings are gone, and you fall from 130 feet up straight down and land on the tiki bar that had the television, taking out the building, and the remains of your body are laying there in a crumpled mess. As the hands approach and start to feed, what is the last thing that goes through your mind?
Maybe I'm not as lucky as I thought.
All right, and the final candle is extinguished. So that's the end of the game. A exciting adventure. If the other players like to turn the cameras back on, we can have a little conversation here. I'm interested to know how you felt from how did your character specifically, and I'll start with TJ. How do you think your character felt, and how did they change from the beginning of the story to the end?
I mean, I think that being put in such serious and immediate danger, and like that, like just straight up failing to do things and stuff, I think that he kind of had a sort of internal reckoning that maybe this whole sort of vapid path that he had started down maybe wasn't his best move. And he just kind of got disappointed.
All right. Steve?
And also scared.
And scared. Steve, for your character, how do you think it changed over the course of these events, these final hours of his life, and how did he feel throughout?
At the beginning, because a lot of it was just logic and sense, and his training and everything were of value, and he felt like part of the team and maybe kind of superior. And once the little hands appeared and the tattoo, and nothing was like logic really kind of didn't apply anymore. He just became more and more useless to the whole thing, and just like, well, I'm just going to kind of stand back and watch, and if I think of something, I'll be right here with the coconuts.
He just didn't want anything to do with it.
I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts.
All
right, Jed, how do you feel your character felt throughout this arc, these last few hours of his life? How did he change from the beginning to the end?
I think that Jed went through the majority of his life thinking he was pretty much just an ordinary guy, just a regular old junk dealing redneck. But he, I think, learned that there was more to him than met the eye, more to him than meets the eye, and kind of found that maybe he could be heroic, but just the potential was there. It just didn't end up panning out for him. But he was happy to have the chance. Right. He died somewhat satisfied.
I mean, almost winning the lottery, that's a pretty big deal.
Yeah. Almost won the lottery. I think you get a little bit of money for that.
Yeah, I think if you get all the numbers but one, you get like $500,000. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I think Jed's pretty happy about that. He rested in peace. as the
or pieces.
Singing as the singing hands were eating him alive.
All right, Ferrari, how do you feel your character changed and developed over the last remaining hours of her life?
Well, she became a floating ball of energy, so that's quite a bit of change. She definitely exceeded her expectations. And all the crystals that she's been studying finally came to good use. She felt like she was really harnessing all that energy in a positive way.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, mostly she was kind of a pawn to this higher power energy that came around because she's very influenceable.
But in the end, aren't we all just pawns to the higher power of Jeff Bezos?
You know.
He's probably listening right now.
Oh, absolutely. The AIs listen for his name to be said on stream.
Yeah.
Well, thank you all for spending your Friday evening playing this game with me. As I
Thank
said,
you,
Okay.
Jeremy. This was
dude,
fun.
I had a blast.
Let me ask you this, Jeremy. What did you hope would happen that maybe didn't happen?
Honestly, I had no hopes other than just have a good time. I felt like the people that I've kind of handpicked. So I'm running 4 sessions of this over the course of this week. Some are on stream, some aren't, and I tried to kind of handpick the groups of people that I think would kind of go together from what I know, because some of them I know more than others, right? Like I've known Tiger for years, used to work with Zach, I've chatted with you two online a couple of times, right? For I don't know, a few months or whatever. So I'm glad that my hope was that everybody would enjoy themselves, and I'm glad
This was a lot of fun.
I'm glad that it panned out that way. And the interesting thing about the way that Tin Candles is set up is that, I mean, it really does say don't prepare anything, because one of the things we didn't show on the stream, right, was the character setup. So we had the vices and the virtues, and the way that we traded the brinks that we didn't necessarily get to, and you don't always. But we all came into this with not me, but you all came into this with sort of a character concept, but that was still molded by the group. And that sort of feature of the setup of this game has been really enjoyable for me, to see how things change, right? And the way that it's set up so that one of the players kind of drives initially what the big bad monster or the big bad evil, whatever, could be with that setup is really interesting to me, because I can't be like, all right, so we're fighting vampires or we're fighting werewolves, right? Because then if you turn around and be like, I've seen them and they're sea monsters, well then that so the planning is out the window, and that's a lot of fun for me, because it's more sort of on my toes and improvisational a bit too. And
yeah, this definitely feels very much like you need to have some kind of improvisational chops to play this.
Right, and it is playing for everybody. It's not, like sitting down to Dungeons & Dragons where a DM has prepared an encounter and story. And you may decide to go left, then the DM just says, okay, well, that way is this hallway, even though originally the plan was left was the final treasure, but that's all adjustable, but it's still kind of planned, right? This is quite different because everyone's involved in telling the story. And, the brink that was given to the big bad was that Ferrari has seen them and they leave a trail. And she brought that up going towards the observatory. But still, that didn't drive what the big bad was. That never actually came up until what appeared to maybe be minions of sort, were these hands with mouths. And, I mean, as just like a Sea Level Lionsgate movie or something, we don't know. We don't know how the meteorites were involved. We don't know what was actually taking control. Were the hands singing praises to what? May never know.
We were trying to summon evil Captain Planet.
I felt bad, not trying to bring in more of the other aspects, but it's very stretching. I will say, you definitely need to have some good imagination chops behind you to play this successfully.
And I like how, with the truths system, it's essentially formalizing in the rules the improv yes and thing,
Yeah.
and I dig that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. And one of the things too with the the narrative control and the truths, there's no win or lose. We know everybody's going to die at the end, so you can decide to narrate your own death. You could have, if you rolled just right, or even in a truth, could have killed off another player. Basically anything goes. I mean, that'd be kind of nasty on the first. We've got 10 truths, and the first one is Jed's dead.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of rough. I mean, there's maybe a little bit of a social contract of playing together that,
Yeah.
But there's always undeath.
Sure.
Yeah. Jed dies and turns into a zombie.
Yeah, now you have zombies to deal with.
Yeah, you never know. Cool. Well, thanks
That's a lot of
again. Really appreciate it. And
Thank you so much, Jeremy.
Yeah.
it was a lot of fun.
Thank you. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
I enjoyed meeting all y'all.
Yep.
You too.
Good to meet you too. I would love to play again sometime, something, whether it's this sort of platform or anything else, D&D one shot, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I have been running a Discord D&D game out of one of the Discord servers I'm in. The stream, it's been about twice a month or every other week. We've had some delays this last time, but yeah, there's all kinds of opportunities out there, and there's I know that Zach, you're big into Gloomhaven. There's also now the Gloomhaven video game. It's 4 players.
Oh, yeah.
It was free on Epic.
I think I have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I have it. Yeah, I'd be down to play that sometime.
All kinds of options for all kinds of people. But I want to thank everybody for hanging out, and the new followers. And like I said, we've got another game coming up on Sunday evening, 8 p.m. Central Time. It will be taking place in Japan.
Nice.
I'll bring up my little artwork for that real quick, if I can find it quickly.
Same kind of like platform, same sort of rules.
It is 10 Candles, and I don't know if totally different players, totally different setup. As far as what the big bad's gonna be. It's taking place in Hawaii. No, I'm sorry. This one was in Hawaii. It's
Japan.
It's taking place in Japan, and I'm rather proud of my quick Canva art that I made for all of these.
Excellent.
They look really, really nice.
Like I said, quick Canva art. But
Love it.
And Sunday morning, it won't be streamed, but I am running another one that is set in New Orleans. That's going to be offline. But so a lot of fun stuff. But thanks again, and
I've been saving this bottle of balls. Has been in the back
Oh
of
my
my
god.
refrigerator for like over
Since
4 years,
95?
waiting for a game night so I could drink balls at a game.
That's excellent.
Oh my god, that's amazing. I haven't seen that bottle in decades.
I forgot about it. Yeah, I totally forgot about those.
So how did
Amazing.
it taste?
It was good.
Tasted like balls.
I set you up for it.
Yeah, what do you expect?
All right,
Beach balls.
Beach ball.
beach balls. Well, thanks again, everyone, and see you next time.
All right. Thanks again, Jeremy. See ya.